was it, Untalented Rat?
I did.
Why?
I feel like maybe 2 years ago, the conversation surrounding Black women's culture was really reaching an all-time high, and we were really like discussing, you know, our power amongst ourselves. And, you know, Beyonce came out with Lemonade, and like there was just this really, really, really intelligent conversation going on nationally. And then everything just kind of changed, and then it was like, I'm just talking about like this caricature. You get what I mean? This caricature of a Black woman that Black women themselves would never be able to get away with, you know? Like, if my spelling and grammar was that bad, just don't understand how we go from Beyonce and Lemonade and Solange and all of these, like, great conversations, Black Lives Matter, all these conversations to, like, this.
Well, Black women aren't monolithic, though, either, right?
I know we're not monolithic, but come on.
Greetings, everyone. Thanks again, once again, for tuning in to Porch Talk. We back on a porch.
Hey.
The weather is getting better, thank God.
Yes.
So, let's talk about this fucking troll, Azealia Banks. On The Breakfast Club, Azealia Banks was addressing her statement, basically saying that Cardi B is illiterate. We went from having positive conversations. You had Beyonce and the Lemonade, women empowerment, and all of this Black Lives Matter and yada, yada, yada. Basically highlighting real issues, and then you got this whole character of a person, Cardi B, loud with bad grammar and all of this other stuff. Azealia Banks, she has done this before. She has went after Remy, and she continues to just antagonize people. She even went after Teyana Taylor indirectly. She was doing a little fade dance. When you see the clip, it reminds you of Teyana Taylor fade.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing I thought when I seen it. And somebody was asking her, basically, like, addressing it. You got your Teyana Taylor thing going on. And then she had to throw in, what do you mean the choreography she stole from this guy? And she didn't acknowledge it till she was basically taken to court. Of course, Teyana Taylor briefly addressed it and said she had to get her facts straight. I just don't understand why would a woman want to tear another woman down. Like, sis, you ain't got nothing going on. So you got to go ahead and make examples of other people to get your momentum going. Right. Like, I don't understand that. You can't sit up and talk about positivity and where the culture was just at and where it's going now. And you're part of the problem. You're tearing another woman down. And Cardi is going back and forth. I mean, they went back and forth. If you want to see it, it's in the shade room. You'll see it. Back and forth, to the point where Cardi tried to make sure that she gave her a message that was well thought out and articulated with at least the least amount of grammar. Like, I wouldn't even acknowledge her. You're winning, so why acknowledge her? Teyana Taylor, why did you acknowledge her? Not giving her what she needs. Let that die. This funny part is one of the fans asked Azealia, why didn't she respond back to Teyana Taylor? She said, well, she wanted to make it about the choreographer and show his talents. No, you knew better. That's what that was about. Yeah. You knew better not to be fucking around with Teyana Taylor. Let's keep it 100. Right. Cardi's pregnant. She's vulnerable. She's an easy target right now. But you know not to mess with Teyana Taylor. Azealia and Nia Lee. Nia Lee was a former Love and Hip Hop reality star as well. They're going back and forth. I guess she must have said something about Cardi and how she doesn't particularly like her flow or whatnot. And Cardi was calling her fake and this, that, and the third. And Cardi, just ignore them all. I like Nia Lee. I don't really have nothing bad to say because I don't have the whole understanding of that situation. But I just, in general, I just think that Cardi should not address none of this.
I absolutely agree. First, let me start off by saying Azealia Banks, she's a troll. I mean, she's a troll. You have to understand, to be the queen of rap, like Nikki said, you gotta sell records. You gotta get plaques. I mean, and she's doing none of that, you know, and so her rise to fame, her notoriety right now is just to constantly be in the blogs talking about people and arguing with people. Of course, Cardi B is an easy target, not only because of her being pregnant, just because of her temper right now. She's very new in this game, and she has not yet learned how to kill people with your talent and kill people with your winning. You don't have to comment back. You let the record speak for itself. She just hasn't quite yet learned how to do that, and I hope that she learns how to do that. I'm so confused as to when Azealia Banks stopped working at Family Dollar and when she started back working in the comment section of the blogs. But I think that her trying to make Cardi B an example of black women in the hood and all of this stuff. It's ridiculous. Cardi B, for one, did not sign up to be an example for black women. Two, you cannot pinpoint Cardi B as the only person who is setting an example. There are plenty of other women in hip-hop. There are plenty of other women in music. And you cannot just pinpoint Cardi B. I think that Azealia Banks hit very below the belt, and while she was trying to make these accusations about Cardi B, she let out some things about herself and what you think about women in the area where you come from. So I think that Azealia Banks, she's stupid, she's ignorant, and I think for her to make these comments, she really, this is what you feel about yourself, this is what you feel about the communities and where you come from, but you want to promote your music, you want to buy your music, and this is what you think of the people where you come from.
You were just singing her praises, and they showed that. So how much of a fucking flip-flopper are you? Absolutely. And then why would you bring Offset and how many baby mamas he has?
Yeah,
and
it's ridiculous.
Her child and all of that stuff. What does any of that have to do with it? That's totally below the belt and classless. Yeah. Like, dude, if I was a rapper, if I was Lil Kim, if I was Remy Ma, if I was any of them, I would not work with you.
Yeah,
because you're foul.
Not.
Like, you're shooting yourself.
But no one does, because she's a liability. No one does, because Azealia Banks is a liability. She does this often. This is nothing new. She does this often to where she gets her name out there again, talking about people and all of that stuff. No one wants a bitter Betty. No one wants to work with that. Quite honestly, let me be honest, Azealia Banks, about 5 or 6 years ago, I kind of liked her music. I thought that she kind of brought an edge to hip-hop. You know, and a lot of people haven't. But what I did hear of her, I really thought that Azealia Banks would be something big. I thought that she kind of brought an edge to hip-hop. Not only hip-hop, but female rap. I thought that she brought an edge to it. I thought that she would definitely make a name for herself. I thought that she would just be a really big talent. And unfortunately, she has just become such a bitter, nasty person that no one wants to work with her. She makes all these stereotypes, but you're the mad black woman. You know, I mean, you don't even pay attention to what you're doing yourself. I just, honestly, at the end of the day, I think Cardi B and no one else should respond to her. You're winning. You know, you don't respond. Right. You let people lose in silence. You know what I'm saying? You just keep winning and keep it moving. And hopefully people who are in Cardi B's corner, hopefully they're drilling that in her head and making her understand that. You know, you don't even have to comment on this. Don't even comment. You know?
Yeah, because what's understood doesn't need to be said.
Absolutely.
Then Jocelyn supposedly chimes in. It's assumed anyway. Just calling her scary and telling her you went back into hiding and some other stuff about some coins on the dock. Some shit that didn't make sense. Yeah. I am a Jocelyn fan, but I will say Jocelyn...
messy, bitter.
That's, again, despite the fact that I like her, I don't like that. That was not cool. And I'm going to call a spade a spade. Like, that was not cool. And it's, again, it's like, where did you come from, sis? Like, go back to taking your photo apps with your iPhone, with you and your baby. That's all you've been doing. You go back to RI-28. You're doing fabulous of that. Stay looking pretty and keep your mouth closed because you're shooting yourself in the foot as well. Jocelyn, rapping is not your thing, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Reality TV is good for you. Modeling is good for you. You doing the whole workout thing, that's your lane. That's good for you. But rapping music is not. Or you're going to have to find some bomb-ass ghostwriters and a hell of a management team.
I think that's what it is. I think that rapping can be for her. I just think that she has to find some bomb-ass writers and really get out there with it. But I think that Jocelyn could really have an edge with the whole rap thing. I think that because you have to understand, people have to understand, being bitter and being angry and mad, it gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere in life. And being black, we cannot be like that. We cannot be angry and bitter and think that people will want to take us on. We just cannot be like that. You will get nowhere like that. I really think Jocelyn could have went far. I think Jocelyn needs the right people in her corner. She keeps going to Stevie J, and Stevie J wants to do nothing more but just have you in his bed and have you as a comrade. I mean, grow up. You know, what are you doing at this point in your life? I mean, all you want is the beefcake. That's all you want, Jocelyn. But y'all have to grow up and really put the work in to be the superstars that y'all claim y'all are and that y'all claim y'all want to be.
And I think no one is really trying to put that work in. Cardi is successful not because her being a character. People like her. Right. being authentic. She's
Right.
not a caricature. What
Yeah.
she is authentic. But she's
Absolutely.
also humble.
Right.
That's the thing. And this is what Azealia Burbrain is missing. No one likes a nasty ass individual. You're nasty. You're nasty. You're like the bottom of my shoe nasty. You're like the
Scumbag
tissue that comes out of
nasty.
somebody's ass after they taking a shit nasty. Like, nobody wants to deal with that.
Yeah,
I just think you
definitely.
need to go back in the corner, do some self-reflecting.
Yeah.
To pull Teyana Taylor out like that, or somebody was talking about, I mean, yeah, they brought her up, but there was no reason to throw shade at her. You're just not a class act. And you
Yeah,
think
she's
because
not.
regardless to how good your grammar is or how you articulate nastiness, it's still the same. You're nasty.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you is what I really do. I feel sorry for you because you're a really broken soul. I mean, to do that to Cardi, she's pregnant, and it's just, it was no need for that. There was no need for that.
And let me say something to it with your comment with class act. What people don't understand is that what makes Beyonce and Rihanna's and all of these, what makes them stars and what keeps them at the top is that they don't succumb to all of this negativity. They continue to win and they don't worry about that. You can talk about Rihanna and Beyonce all day long, Nicki Minaj all
They
day
ain't gonna
long.
respond.
Baby, they not worried about it. You have to just continue to win. That's what keeps them. You have to continue to be a class act and win. You cannot be worried about that. And I really hope that Cardi B understands that. I hope that she realizes that, Cardi, you are winning and you will continue to win. Don't worry about that. Leave these girls in the past, honey. That's the past. You don't have to comment on stuff like that anymore. You don't have to do that to be tough, and you don't have to do that to be prideful. You are winning. You are winning just the way you are right now. You don't have to comment on these girls. Keep doing what you're doing.
Lay that trash on the curb
Yeah,
for garbage day
absolutely.
pickup, because that's all she is, fucking
Mhm.
trash. All right, thank y'all again once again for tuning in to Porch Talk. Check you next time. Bye. Make sure you choose Rocky Road Productions LLC Porch Talk to feed your entertainment needs. And you can do that by following us on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you like this video and share it with all your family and friends. Tag somebody in it, why don't you? And don't forget to comment down below and let us know how you feel. And before you leave, make sure you subscribe. That's right. You'll catch us every week. Looking forward to see you again next time. Bye.